Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into a scandal that, well, it sent massive shockwaves through the world of cricket.
Absolutely. It reached way beyond the boundary ropes, didn't it? Right into undercover journalism, high-stakes gambling.
And specifically, we're looking at spot fixing. That's where, small specific moments in a game are rigged, not the whole match outcome.
Exactly. Which opens up all sorts of betting loopholes.
So we're sifting through some really fascinating details today. Sources that lay out this whole intricate web of events.
Yeah, from those sensational newspaper headlines you mentioned to, secret meetings, dramatic courtrooms. Our mission for you today is really to pull out the key insights
Explore the motivations behind it all.
and understand the lasting impact, not just on cricket, but on the media that actually brought it all to light.
You'll discover how just one newspaper operation exposed this shocking plot, rigging parts of an England versus Pakistan test match.
It became this huge international sensation, led to the downfall of some really prominent figures.
It really is a story of ambition, betrayal, and, well, the sometimes surprising, maybe ethically murky ways information gets uncovered.
Definitely murky.
So how did this all kick off? Where did it start?
Well, it just exploded, really.
Yeah.
Front page of the News of the World that Sunday morning.
Yeah, I remember the headline, Caught Cartis. Match fixer pockets 150K as he rigs the England test at Lord's. Bold stuff.
And it broke during the silly season, late summer,
Right, when there's usually not much hard news, so this just amplified the impact hugely.
Totally. And it wasn't just a sports story, was it? It dominated everything.
No, it was national news.
And it sort of got a second win later, didn't it? When the limited over series between England and Pakistan got really nasty.
Acrimonious is the word used.
Yeah.
England players said that whole period was just incredibly difficult.
Tense, yeah. You can imagine.
And right at the heart of this exposure, this one individual, the king of the sting.
Ah, the fake sheikh. Mazhar Mahmood.
That's him. His whole method was uncovering crime, but also luring famous people into, well, compromising spots.
Okay.
What more do we know about him?
Well, what's really fascinating is the sheer effort behind his persona, this wealthy Arab investor character.
Right.
Sources say his actual, sheikh costume, bought for £9.99, an Islamic bookshop.
No way. Just $9.99?
Yep. But that was just the start. The setup was incredibly elaborate. Fake companies, websites, fancy offices.
Luxury hotels, limos, chauffeurs.
An entire entourage, yeah, all to make it look totally legit.
That level of detail is kind of mind-boggling, and it wasn't just his professional life, was it? His own father had issues.
Yeah, his father, also a journalist, apparently said his work had blackened the family name, shamed the community even.
Wow, that's heavy.
And you have to see this in the context of the newspaper itself, the News of the World.
Right, founded way back 1843.
And always had a taste for salacious subjects, let's say.
And then under Rupert Murdoch, it went full tabloid in 84.
Became a big player in checkbook journalism, paying for dirt, basically.
Which definitely set the stage for this kind of sting.
No doubt.
Okay, so let's talk about the guy caught in the sting. Mazhar Majid, a cricket agent.
Yeah, seemed to be all about image, projecting himself.
Motivations.
Yeah.
Pretty clear, right? Success and money.
Definitely. And his role models, Bill Gates and Lalit Modi.
The IPL founder. Interesting mix. So what made him tick? How did he get that influence?
Well, his background's quite telling. He had this entrepreneurial side, built a property empire, opened ice cream parlors.
Ice cream parlors.
Yeah. And he lived large,
Yeah.
entertaining hundreds at his home. So that image wasn't entirely fake. He had some business sense.
A self-made man, sort of, but with this darker ambition. He and his brother Azhar apparently saw cricket as something to squeeze everything from.
That's the phrase used, yeah. Azhar, also an agent, saw that Pakistani players often had no representation.
So they used their heritage, their background.
Exactly. Saw a gap. Majid claimed he managed, 10 of the players?
Yeah.
Handled everything.
But he thought their pay was a joke compared to Indian players.
Which clearly fed into his willingness to, find other ways to make money from them.
And this brings us to a really crucial point. The whole environment in Pakistan cricket at the time.
Yeah, this context is absolutely vital.
The sources paint this picture of a struggling setup. Players playing for money, women, and food, not love of the game, earning chicken feed.
It sounds like a system just ripe for exploitation, doesn't it?
Completely. And a big turning point was the government blocking players from the IPL after the 2008 Mumbai attacks.
That cut off a huge source of income. The copycat leagues helped a bit, but it wasn't the same.
Plus, the security situation. Those awful Lahore shootings on the Sri Lankan team bus in 2009.
Which meant no international cricket in Pakistan. They had to play home games in the UAE.
Taking them away from home soil.
And into places like Dubai, where temptations were higher, and these, quote, shady, wealthy individuals were lurking.
So you add that to long-standing issues, poor administration, leadership gaps, dressing room politics.
It just created this fertile terrain, as one source put it, for someone like Majid to step in.
And he really seemed to dominate them, like a master figure,
Yeah.
showing contempt for them.
Yeah, there's that story about him turfing a player out of his hotel room. Pretty stark control.
Yeah, even senior players were worried, like Afridi.
Shahid Afridi, yeah. He apparently warned the manager, the bowling coach, about Majid. But the view on young Muhammad Amir was just, the boy's gone.
Meeting too far under Majid's influence.
Seems so. And Afridi himself apparently faced backlash for trying to fuck up things for them. Shows how deep Majid's hooks were in.
Okay, so that's the backdrop. How did the actual sting operation, the setup by Mahmoud, unfold?
It started with a meeting at the Hilton, then dinner at the Bombay Brasserie.
Which Mahmoud knew well.
Yeah, he'd used it before for another sports sting involving John Fashanu, the footballer.
Right, and Mahmoud's persona was Mohsin Khan, this rich investor for a T20 league. How did he sell that to Majid?
Incrementally, he gained trust. Majid, trying to impress Mohsin, even called the Pakistan captain Salman Butt right there in front of Mon.
Just to show off his access.
Exactly, bigging himself up, proving he could reach the captain.
And the entourage grew too. Business partner, assistant.
Chauffeur with a rigged car for recording sound. They even had a Sikh driver who spoke Urdu, ready for a fake phone call to boost credibility.
The planning is just incredible.
Meticulous.
So trust established. What was the actual fix they planned for the Lord's test?
The plan was specific. Deliver prearranged no balls.
Those illegal deliveries you can bet on.
Right. Majid apparently called it a confidence-building exercise for his fake investor. Show him he could deliver on corruption.
Prove his honesty in fixing. The irony.
Quite, and the deal was big money, wasn't it?
£150,000 for 2 no balls. Then they added a third one later.
Yeah, and they predicted the exact timing and, crucially, the bowlers.
Mohammed Asif for 1, Mohammed Amir for 2.
That's right. And Salman Butt, the captain, Majid described him as 1,000,000% trustworthy, totally on side.
He boasted, didn't he? I've got the bowlers, the batsmen. 2, 2, 2, that's all you need.
Brazen stuff. Though interestingly, he apparently said a religious player like Saeed Ajmal was someone you can't ever chat to about the fix.
Shows there were lines, even for him. Or maybe just players he couldn't control.
Perhaps. But predicting the timing of 3 specific no balls from specific bowlers, the odds.
Astronomical. One source estimated 1.5 million to 1 against it happening by chance.
Which tells you everything you need to know, really. It had to be fixed.
No doubt. So the day comes, there's a rain delay.
Then Pakistan wins the toss, but 2 chooses to bowl first.
Which some people later wondered about, didn't they? Like, did he want to get the business done quickly?
Get the no balls bowled early? Yeah, that question was raised.
Meanwhile, the News of the World team is waiting. Their editor has basically staked $150K of the paper's money and its reputation on this. The pressure must have been immense.
Absolutely huge. And then it happened.
Asif bowled his no ball.
Yeah.
Amir bowled his 2, exactly as Majid predicted.
Right on cue. The newspaper had their own video, plus the Sky TV footage. Game over, essentially.
Incredible. So they've got the proof. What's the next move for the News of the World, given their close ties to the police?
They definitely used those ties. They contacted the Met Police Commissioner, Paul Stevenson, before they even published.
Showed senior officers the evidence, transcripts, the video.
Yeah, a short film combining it all. A very strategic move to get the police on board immediately.
And timed the story drop for the Sunday paper for maximum impact.
Of course. They even brought in Richie Benaud, the cricket legend who wrote for them.
Showed him the evidence, too, though his first reaction wasn't quite the killer line they wanted.
Apparently not immediately. Maybe shock or just processing the implications. He had strong views on fixing, though. Remember that quote about Hansi Cronje?
Oh, yeah, about spending his life trying to win matches and now finding out some bastard is trying to lose them? Powerful stuff.
Very. So, the story breaks. The fallout is instant. ICC alerted. England Cricket Board alerted.
Pakistan Cricket Board Chairman Ejaz Butt in damage control talks with the police, with Cressida Dick.
It went right to the top very quickly.
And the players' reactions. England captain Andrew Strauss just called it fucking weird.
You can imagine the atmosphere. Just bizarre. And the Pakistan team manager, Yawar Saeed, was literally seen reading the News of the World expose on the team balcony at Lord's.
Out in the open. Wow. The MCC, the club that owns Lord's, they were worried about safety, weren't they?
So worried about hostile reactions, they moved the end-of-series presentation indoors to the long room, feared for the Pakistan players' safety.
And at that presentation, Giles Clark from the ECB handing the winner's check to Mohammed Amir.
As if giving him a turd, according to one description. No handshake.
Just ice cold. That image speaks volumes about the disgust.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just the English establishment. Shahid Afridi, back in Pakistan, heard the news at Karachi airport.
And his first words were,
"This was inevitable."
Tells you a lot about the underlying awareness, perhaps.
Definitely. And on the England side, Paul Collingwood refused to shake hands, challenged the Pakistan team directly.
Asking how the rest of them couldn't have known about the no balls in their own dressing room?
"Yeah, I just don't believe it," he said. The suspicion was immediate and widespread.
But the reaction in Pakistan was divided, wasn't it? Some saw it as a conspiracy.
Yeah, an Indian conspiracy, some claimed. Rumors spread online. You had protesters at Lahore airport when the team returned.
With rotten eggs and placards, shouting, "Long live thieves and gamblers."
Pretty intense reception. It clearly tapped into national pride and existing suspicions.
And this whole thing also dredged up old tensions, didn't it, between England and Pakistan cricket?
Oh, absolutely. That history of friction. The English perception of Pakistan being permanently dodgy, and the Pakistani feeling of being judged guilty until proven innocent by the English media.
That context just fueled the fire on both sides.
Definitely. And things got physical too, almost. That confrontation between Jonathan Trott and Wahab Riaz.
Nearly led to Pakistan pulling out of a match. Trott had to apologize.
A grudging apology, yeah. The whole tour must have just been simmering with tension. An emotional pressure cooker, as you said.
So inevitably, this moves into the legal arena. Where did the investigation start formally?
Well, the ICC, cricket's governing body, launched its own investigation first.
But they focused it quite narrowly. Just the 2 London tests.
Yeah, apparently they saw Majid as a bit of a braggart and didn't have hard proof for his other boasts. They also wanted it sorted quickly before the 2011 World Cup in Asia.
Didn't want it overshadowing the tournament.
Exactly. So they held their tribunal in Doha.
And key evidence came up there, like the marked 50-pound notes.
Yes, the notes found in Salman Mutt's hotel room traced directly back to the News of the World's payment to Majid.
That's hard to explain away. What was the players' defense?
They claimed the money was appearance fees for opening Majid's ice cream parlors.
Right, the ice cream parlors again.
It seemed thin. Butt's lawyer hammered Majid, called him a bullshitter, said his claims of controlling Butt were lies.
But the judges didn't buy it.
No, they found Majid plausible, quick-witted, maybe prone to exaggeration, but fundamentally credible about his influence. They noted the extent of contact, social and commercial, between him and the players was just too close.
So the relationship was deemed close. That's significant.
Yeah, very. Then you had Mohammed Amir. He took a different path.
He pleaded guilty, right, the only one of the 3 players to admit it.
Yes. And he was so young, just 18. There was a lot of debate about leniency for him, his potential.
Potential for rehabilitation? Was there talk of coercion?
There was. That anonymous former Pakistan captain suggested Amir's no-ball pattern changed drastically just before Lord's, raised the possibility Majid might have blackmailed him over something earlier.
Adds another layer of complexity to Amir's situation.
Definitely. But the ICC banned all 3 players. Then the UK's Crown Prosecution Service stepped in.
Authorized criminal charges. Conspiracy charges against Amir, Asif, Butt, and Majid himself.
Moved it from sports sanctions to the criminal courts. The police investigation, Operation Seawell, dug deeper, especially on the money.
And Butt had another explanation for cash found on him.
Yeah, £40,000 in foreign currency. He claimed it was gifts from adoring expats, flatly denied cheating his country, very indignant about it.
The trial itself must have been dramatic.
Yeah.
Mahmoud testifying.
Behind a screen, yeah. And the defense went after his methods, obviously. Argued if he used deceit as a reporter, maybe he was lying in court too.
Standard defense tactic. Did anything else stand out?
Asif's testimony shifted, apparently. First, he said the no ball was just an accident. Later, he claimed Butt had actually yelled at him mid-pitch, told him to run faster, fucker.
That kind of inconsistency is never good for a defendant.
Rarely. And ultimately, the jury convicted Butt in Asif.
And the prosecutor credited Mahmoud's undercover work.
Yeah, after Jaffer GQC said it exposed matters of national and international concern.
So the sentences, what did they get?
Butt got 30 months, Asif 12 months, Amir 6 months in a young offenders institution. Majid got the longest, 2 years and 8 months.
They all served time.
Yes. Amir apparently found prison horrific at first, but later ended up teaching cricket to other inmates.
Quite a turnaround. So let's look at the aftermath. What happened to everyone? Amir made that remarkable comeback.
He did, back in international cricket in 2016. Walked out at Lord's again, of all
This
places.
has been intense. Mixed reception.
Yeah, but he had support too. His captain, Misbah-ul Haq, backed him. Even England's Alistair Cook spoke supportively. A real redemption arc, for some anyway.
What about Butt and Asif?
They also returned, but mainly to domestic cricket in Pakistan. But scored a lot of runs, actually.
But faced criticism. I remember Mike Atherton's line.
Butt may need cricket again, but cricket doesn't need him. Pretty damning indictment.
And Mazhar Mashid, the agent.
Well, his football club, Croydon Athletic, folded amid investigations into payments, debts. The chairman died by suicide, tragically.
Oh, wow. That's terrible.
Majid himself became distant from his brother Azhar. But the ice cream parlors. His wife kept running them.
Life goes on, in some ways. And the fake sheik, Mazhar Mahmoud.
His career ended too. Convicted in 2016, not for this, but for perverting the course of justice in a different sting, the Talisa Kontostavlos case.
His own methods caught up with him.
Seems so. His driver admitted changing his statement. Mahmoud got 15 months in prison.
Moved from high-security Belmarsh to an open prison, Ford, described as a holiday camp.
That's what the report said, and his conviction triggered a review of dozens of other cases that relied on his evidence.
A huge ripple effect.
Yeah.
So despite this massive scandal, did it actually deter corruption in cricket?
You'd hope so, wouldn't you? But the sources suggest that hope was wildly optimistic.
Really? Why?
The ICC's anti-corruption unit reported a sharp increase in intelligence reports after this, identified over 100 individuals involved in trying to corrupt matches.
So the problem didn't go away, it
Oh,
just
no.
maybe mutated.
Seems like it. The governing bodies are seen as playing an endless game of catch-up. New T20 leagues keep popping up, often in places with weaker betting regulation.
Creating new opportunities for fixers.
Exactly. And allegations keep surfacing. The Sun ran another fixing plot story in 2017.
Though the ICC found no evidence for that one.
Right, and Al Jazeera made wide-ranging claims in 2018. It persists because, as that former Pakistan captain pointed out, spot fixing focusing on small moments became more popular when fixing whole matches got too risky for the bookies.
It's a constantly evolving threat then.
It seems to be.
So reflecting on all this, from those explosive headlines through the court cases, the personal stories, this deep dive really shows how one sting exposed so much.
Not just the individual corruption, but the vulnerabilities in the sport itself and those, powerful, ethically questionable methods of tabloid journalism.
You really see how the lure of money, the intense pressure of professional sport, and just the structure of cricket created this perfect storm.
It really forces you to ask, doesn't it? In this world of instant information, chasing exclusives, how do you balance exposing wrongdoing with the integrity of how you do it and the impact on people's lives?
It's a tough question. And looking ahead, for cricket, it clearly remains this massive ongoing challenge. New leagues, evolving betting markets.
How can the game ever truly protect itself and protect its players from that pull, that temptation across the thin white line between fair play and corruption?
What's it actually going to take to break that cycle? That's the question you're left with, isn't it?